Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to do Bowl Bound. It's a Sports Illustrated game that was also published by Avalon Hill during the 70s and 80s. They had their own Solitaire version in the later game, the copy that I actually had picked up, and I wasn't sure what team sets I had, but I joined a Facebook page for Pay Dirt and Bowl Bound, and there I learned that the team sets that I had looked like sets 2 and 3, 2 for sure, maybe 2 and 3. So I was able to get team set 1. That's what I have here that I'm going to play with today. And for Solitaire rules, I'm going to use a system designed by Robert Don, and he sent me, and he calls these as playbooks, and he's got them for each team for their particular season. So today's game is 1960 Washington versus the 1966 Michigan Wolverines. Okay, so this is the playbook for the Huskies, and you can see it calls out offensive play charts and the defensive play chart based on down and yardage to go for a first down. And then there's rules for when the offense gets inside the 5-yard line, a 2-minute drill if I need that, win ahead by 10 plus with 8 minutes or win behind. So certain plays, they're designed more to slow the game down or try to speed it up. And then the defense. So you roll the 3 dice, the black and 2 white die, and then you cross-reference and it tells you what play the offense is calling and what play the defense is going to call. So I really find that to be very interesting. So here's the Wolverines. Now, I understand that my charts are here. I got a lot of things going on. The things you won't see are going to be the timing chart. Sorry, I'm writing here real quick. I guess I can't multitask as well as I used to. So I have a chart I got off of Board Game Geek, and I'm going to keep track of our stats on here for the home team and the visitors team, so Washington and Michigan. And then there was an old scorecard, but all I needed off it, because I can keep track of quarters and downs here, and the score on that sheet is a timing chart. So I just went into Excel real quick and just designed it, and it's made for 2 separate games. And I suppose if I went into overtime and I needed the 5th quarter, I could use that one and just call it, and then I made them so I could print both sides, so it's 2-sided. Save me a little paper as I go, but I should be able to get 4 games off of a sheet there. I did copy these for later on to be 2-sided. So again, try to save some paper. Save the rainforest, I guess. Let's see, this is Washington and this is Michigan here. All right. So we have Washington is going to be at Michigan. Oops. And Robert's got a real simple, this is the instructions, how to use this playbook. He has a little tutorial, and then he has the situational charts. So step 1, step 2, step 3. There's the 2-minute drill, win ahead, win behind, and there's an optional home field advantage rule that I'm going to use. It's kind of neat. You roll these 2 d6 with every roll, and if it comes up as double ones, snake eyes, or double sixes, boxcars, that's from my dice games, then a penalty will occur, and it only occurs to the visiting team. So what it's made to simulate is crowd noise and things like that. Okay, so It's kind of neat. It's a limit of 4 times that can happen during the game. Once you get 4 of them, that's it. You don't do it anymore. So I make a note down here in the notes for the dice rolls, right? So I'm just going to put penalty rolls. I just tick mark those off as I get them. So if I get one, we use it, then it comes off of there, okay? I know you won't be able to see these as well because they're off the chart, but I wanted to get you as close as I could so you could at least see, hopefully see what's going on the game board here. This is not the game board that comes with Bowl Bound or Pay Dirt. This comes with Second Season Football. I ordered it on this vinyl map. It fits the Bowl Bound chart yard marker perfectly. So I'm using the old original Pay Dirt or Bowl Bound yard markers. So they fit perfect. So I'm going to use those. Okay, so what we have to do, we're going to determine who's going to receive. And then when we get to start, then we're going to roll depending on the down, and we're going to cross-reference. It's going to tell us what play. He has built these specific to each team with their tendencies for what they did in all these situations, offense and defense. It's interesting. I think you'll see how often things match up with the offense and the defense. At least it did when I was trialing it. Now we'll see what happens now that I'm shooting a video. Everything changes. It always does when I do that. Okay, first thing we need to know is the toss. So 1-3, Washington receives. 4-6, Michigan receives. It's a 1. Washington's going to receive. So I'm going to put in here Washington receive. And we're at the start of the game. Okay, here we go. So we just do the kickoff. Michigan kicks off, and they get 25 on their kickoff. And the 25 is 53 yards. They kick from the 35. 53. 10, 20, 30, 40, 53. It's at the 12. And here comes the return. And the return is 27. So the Washington Huskies get a return of 20 yards. So they're going to start at the 32. So it will be first down at the 32. We have our first tick off to 10 seconds for the kickoff and the return. Michigan stays on defense, and Washington's going to switch over to their offensive side. And let's see, we had a kickoff return for Washington, and it was 20 yards. All right. Here we go. And I'm looking at my score sheet because I just saw something where to mark first downs. All right, so we got to see Washington at the 32, and what's their first play call going to be? It's a 37 on first down, is an 8. An 8 is a bootleg pass. Michigan's defense is going to be 22. 22 on the first down is C, which is the short wide defense. So I got a bootleg versus a short wide. And now we're going to roll all of the dice. Take that off of there. No doubles. So nothing happens. They got a 37 on a bootleg. So Washington, we check their bootleg. 37 is, whoa, gain of 30. The defense has a 4. 3 and 1. This is where it gets fun. Michigan has a gain of 8 in parentheses, so they only get 8 yards. So it becomes second down with a down marker. It's 30 seconds off the clock. Second down and 2. All right. So Michigan's defense prevented that big gainer. Okay, second and 2. Here we go. 27 for Washington on second down and 1 to 2 yards. And 27 is play number 7. It's a sprint out pass. Oh, I forgot to mark my passing yards that he did there. He had 8. Okay. All right, sprint out pass. Michigan defense is 37. on second down, 1 to 2. 37 is D. Short pass. So Michigan thinks they're going to throw the ball. Short pass against a sprint out. Funny how that worked out, huh? Okay, we got those doubles don't count. We have 35 on the sprint out. 35 on a sprint out is incomplete. And we have 1 on the short pass against the sprint out would have been a -2. It's an incomplete. So incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. All right. Here we go. Play call for Washington. Now it's going to get interesting. We have 32. 3rd down, 1 to 3 yards, and a 32 is 2. That is a counter run. All right, counter. The defense for Michigan is 14. 14 on 3rd down, 1 to 3 is a C. Short, wide. Okay. Not quite the right defense. Let's see what they get on their counter play. No doubles. They have a 38 on their counter. So we come down here. A 38 is, whoa, a gain of 13. Whoa. And their defense has a 1 on a spread, which is 0. So he got 13 yards. So on their rushing, they get 13. And it's a 1st down run. I got to mark it right there. It's called, so 10, 13. 1st down at the Michigan 47. All right, here we go. 1st down. Washington moves the ball on their first drive. Washington gets 31. On 1st down, they're going to run a 7 sprint out. Michigan is running 37. 1st down is B. Short gaps. Michigan called the wrong defense. Here we go. Sprint out against the short gaps. So no doubles. They get a 31 on their sprint out. And a 31 is, whoa, 20 yards. He hits it big. 20. They have a defensive 1 on this, which is nothing. So they gain 20 yards. So they go 20. And he gets a passing 1st down. Okay. $20 yards. 5, 10, 15, 20. They're now at the 27 of Michigan. Oh, Michigan's gave up a couple big plays here. Let's see, I forgot to mark off his 1st down, and then he gets another 1st down. Okay, here we go. I gotta watch my timing. Here we go. 1st down at the 27. Washington does 34 on 1st down is a 3. It's an end reverse. Michigan defense says 27 on 1st down is a C. That is the short wide. They played the right defense. Now let's see if they can stop them. And Washington's trying to get a big gainer again. They get 28 on an end reverse. Oh, a defensive 5. We're going to have to roll again for their results. No doubles. The defensive result is a 1. That's nothing. So we still need to see. They may not want that penalty. It is a 33. And the end reverse is a gain of 1. They'll take the 5-yard penalty. It's still 1st down. Takes 10 seconds off the clock. And we have the first penalty. Defensive 5. Okay, still 1st down. Here comes Washington. They still use their 1st down. And they use 37. So 37, they're going with the bootleg. It worked before. Here comes Michigan's going to do 26. 26 on the 1st down is the C. That's their short wide. Okay, bootleg and short and wide. Here we go. We have nothing there. 23 on a bootleg. 23 is a quarterback run. Okay, and they have a 3 on the defense on the short wide. And bootleg is blank. So now we roll for the quarterback run. Let's see what they get. The quarterback run is 33. 33. Oh, it's a -1. So they tackled him. He didn't get very far. So he tried to run, -1. It goes to second down. 10, 20, 30. Okay. Now it's 2nd and 6. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Washington's going to run a 24. Second down with 5 to 9 plus, so a 24 on that one is a 5. A 5 is an option play. Okay, here comes Michigan's defense is 35. 35 is a standard, so they're running a standard defense against this option by Washington. All right, we roll. We get no doubles there. It is 25 on the option. It's a BOP, that's a bootleg pass. So he's throwing the ball. And the defense has a 4 on the standard against a 5 is blank. Okay, so now we roll for the bootleg pass and see what they get. They get 35. So he threw it on the option. And a 35 on bootleg is incomplete. Okay, incomplete. It becomes 3rd down. So we have an incomplete pass. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6. Washington's going to run a 33 on 3rd down, 4 plus. 33 is, oops, got to get on the offense here. Is 33. 7, sprint out. They hit big on that one before. Michigan's defense is 38. 38 is C. They went with the short and wide. So he does a sprint out against the short and wide. All right, nothing there. There we get 35 on the sprint out. I don't think he's going to get it. Nope, incomplete. The defense says 1. It would have been a blank, so no gain. Okay, it's 4th down. So 4th down, he throws incomplete. So they stalled when they got down to the 23. Okay, Washington is going to look at their field goal. 23 is doable, but they can also miss. But they're going to kick the field goal. Now on this, we will roll the dice to see if he gets a double there. Here we go. This is the field goal for Washington. Oh, there it is. Penalty. And an 11 on the field goal is an offensive 15. Now, the doubles gives a penalty. It's a false start on the offense, and the way I take that is that would happen before the other penalty had a chance to happen. So they have a false start. They get backed up 5 yards. So that's one of their penalty rules just got used. That's an offensive 5. Now they're at the 28. Now it gets a little tougher to hit. They should be able to hit it, but man, they don't do very good at that. They really don't do very good. These old teams, the field goal kicking is not their forte, right? So what do? I mean, 34 is a pretty common roll, and they can hit that. But this is just about the end of his range. In fact, there's only 2 rolls that can make it on that. It's really not very good. His other option is to kick the coffin corner and try to pin Michigan down there. So these are the examples of where we have to decide, what do we do? And we had a penalty last time. I should have taken 10 seconds off for that, even though it was a false start. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think they should. If we punt, we're going to kick the field goal. If there's a chance they could get it, we need to roll for the doubles. Woo, no doubles. 22-12. So he missed it. It's Michigan's ball at the 28-yard line. And field goal, no good. Okay, so he missed it. Okay. Michigan goes to offense. Here we go. It's going to be first down. Kick the field goal. And Washington's now on defense. So here we go. The Wolverines come out and they take the field on offense for the first time. They're going to run a 36, which is an end reverse. And Washington's going to run a 26 on their defense, which is a C, which is the short wide. So they matched them up well. And no penalty. We get a 15 for Michigan. Oh, -3. The out of bounds doesn't count unless it's in the last 2 minutes of the first half or the last 5 minutes of the second. We have a -3, and they have a 3 on their short, which is another -1, so they lost 4 yards. Oh, Michigan got off to a bad start there, -4. Second down, 10, 20, 30. There we go. And second down. Here we go. Michigan now is second and long. They roll a 12. And they're going to run a 6, which is a screen pass. Washington's defense does a 25, which is C, wide. Oh, pretty good call, really, for that. So here we go. No doubles. They get a 21 on the screen, and a 21 is a gain of 1. And he has a 1 on a screen, which is blank. So they got a gain of 1. So didn't get much there. 1 yard passing attempt. And it goes to third down. Okay. Michigan's third and long now. Michigan goes 30, 39. Third and long on a 39 is 4. That's a draw. So they're running it safe. And the defense is on a 38. Wow. 38 is D. Short pass. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's way over there. No doubles. A 34 on the draw. On third down, 34 is no yardage, 0. And the defense was a 2, which is 0, no gain. So they go for no gain. Goes to fourth down. And they're going to have to punt. All right. So Michigan's going to punt. And we will roll to check for the penalty on the punt. Oh, there it is. There's the second one. It's a 28 on the punt of 41 yards. And we'll roll for the return just to make sure something doesn't happen. 32 on the punt return is 6. But there's a 5-yard encroachment. The crowd noise threw them off. So there's a defensive 5. It's still fourth down, but we're going to punt again. Here we go. Michigan punts. Nothing this time. That's 2 penalty rules that they've used up now. 24. 24 on the punt is 45 yards from the 30. 10, 20, 30, 45. It's at the 25. Here comes the returner. And the return is 24. 24 is 17 yards. 10, 15, 17. So he punted it 45 and he returned it 17. All right, first down at the Washington 42. Mark off our time. Here we go. Washington's going to offense. Michigan stays on defense. All right, sorry, as you heard, quick phone call. And we're back. Okay, let's check Washington. Here we go. It's first down. First down at their 42, and they're going to run a 36. 36 on first down is a 3. End reverse. And Michigan, their defense is an 18. 18 on first down is an A, standard. Okay, they're running standard against this. And run, here we go. We get no doubles. 30 on the end run. 2 yards. 3 on the defense. On the standard is a blank. They gain 2 yards. And it's second down. All right, here we go. Washington, second down and 8. They're going to go 26. 26 is another end reverse. And Michigan runs a 14 on their defense, which is a D, short pass. So Michigan thought they were going to throw the ball. Okay, here we go. No doubles. 32 on the end reverse is 5 yards. And a 2 on short, nothing. 5 yards. Leaves us at 3rd and 3. All right, 3rd and 3. Here we go. Washington goes 35 on 3rd and 3. 35 is 3 in reverse. And Michigan thinks it's going to be 31 on 3rd and 3. A D, short pass. So Michigan's looking for the pass. Washington's running the ball at them this time. No doubles. They get a 35 on their end reverse. 35 is 4 yards. The defense says 2 on a short pass, nothing. What did I say, 4 yards? Yep. First down. Okay. First down. 4 yards. Run. Okay. Here we go. First down for Washington. They're at Michigan 47. They're going to run a 34 on first down. Another end reverse. Michigan's going to go 34. They're going to do an E, which is a long pass. So Michigan got burned on that first drive, and they're playing pass defense. All right. Oh, double sixes. We got a false start. But we'll see what else happens here. 39. Well, false start would stop the play. So let's just make sure there's not a defensive penalty. 39, no gain, 3. So false start, 5 yards back. Still first down, but it's going to be 1st and 15. That's the third of those crowd noise rules. Only one more left. All right, first and 15. They're going 32. 32 is a 7. That's a sprint out pass. And Michigan's going 30. And the 30 is B, short gap. So Michigan thinks now they got Michigan guessing it's a run. All right, here we go. Whew, no doubles. 35 on a sprint out is incomplete. And the 1 on that is blank, so it's incomplete. It was second down. All right, second and long. Washington's going to go 30. 30 is 8. Bootleg this time. Michigan goes 36. Is an A, standard. Okay, standard defense against the bootleg. Ooh, almost got them doubles. 35 on that bootleg, I believe, is another incomplete. And they had a 2 on their standard, which was nothing, so they throw incomplete. They've had 1, 2, 4 incompletions in a row since the first big strikes that first drive. All right, third down. Third and long. Washington needs a big play. They get 35. Oops, got to get on the offense. Helps. 35-7, sprint out. Michigan goes 17. Third down long, 17 is A, standard. So they're running the standard against the sprint out. No doubles. They get a 36 on the sprint out. Incomplete. They have a 1 on the standard. They would have given them 3 more. Incomplete. Fourth down. So, Washington stalled. They couldn't do anything there. All right, here we go. They're going to punt. So we'll take Washington, put them up here for the punt, and get them ready. All right, and we'll check them for a penalty. No penalty. 34 on their punt is 33 yards. So they get a 33 on their punt yardage. Here we go. 31. It's at the 19. And here comes Michigan on the return. And they get an 11 on their punt return. Offensive 15 on Michigan. Now we roll. See what other result they get. 23 is a 1 yard return. So they go 1, they get half the distance. They start at the 10. Okay. So they got a offensive 15-yard penalty. Well, it only went for 10. Okay. They started at the 10-yard line. It'll be first down. Michigan's on offense. Here we go. All right, let's see what Michigan's going to do here on offense. They would like to get something going. They haven't had a lot going yet. Oh, they're going to run an 11. That's a screen pass. Okay. Washington's defense is 32. 32 is B, short gaps against the screen. There's some opportunity for Michigan here. All right, here we go. No doubles. Michigan gets a 33 on the screen. 33, ooh, incomplete. They had a 1, which was nothing. So incomplete. Second down. Not eating the clock up much. Okay, here we go. Second and 10. Michigan's going to go 15. Let's see. 15 on a second down is a line plunge. Okay. Washington's doing 34. Second and long. E. That's a long pass. Here we go. Oh, got to roll that one because it didn't fall down. There we go. 3. No doubles. They get 18 on their line plunge. Defensive 5-yard penalty. They have a 2, which is nothing. We'll see if there's another result for the yardage. It's a 37 on the line plunge is 2 yards. So they'll take the 5-yard penalty. It remains second down. now is 2nd and 5. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 5. Michigan's going to run a 21. 2nd down and 5. 21 is a 9. Drop back pass. Oh, they're going to try to catch them here. Washington goes with a 28. 2nd down, a 28 is a standard. Okay, they're running their standard defense, which isn't bad for them on this drop back pass. No double. They get a 34 on a drop back is an incomplete. And they had a 2, which would have been -3. So, incomplete. Goes to 3rd down. All right, here we go. 3rd and 5. Michigan goes with a 15 on 3rd and 5. That is 1. Line plunge. They're going to try to bury it in there again. Washington runs a 23. 3rd and 5, and a 23 is C. They're going with the short wide. Okay. Michigan has a chance if they can hit something here. No doubles. 25 on the line plunge. 25 is a gain of 3. They have a 2, which is 0, gain of 3. Oh, not enough. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Gain of 3. Okay, Michigan's going to punt. 4th down. Ain't no hope there. Got to get rid of the ball. All right, here we go. Here comes the punt. We'll check for the penalty. No penalty. 17 on the punt is, slide down here. Uh-oh. Punt. Offensive 5. All right. And a 32 is a 46 and out of bounds. So they'll take the 5-yard penalty, back them up 5 for an illegal formation probably. And they take an offensive 5. Okay, here we go. Let's check it again. They're going to go for the punt. Nothing there. 32 on the punt. 32 is 46 out of bounds. 44. 10, 20, 30, 44. All right, they're down at the 41. It's 1st down at the 41 for Washington. Here we go. Washington on offense. And they're going to run a 14. 14 on 1st down is a draw. Number 4, draw. Michigan runs 35. 1st down is a standard. Oh, that's a good defense for them against the draw. Okay. Ooh, scattered them around. No doubles. We got a 33 on the draw. 33 is an offensive 5. And a 1 is a -1. I'll roll for the play result. 35. That's what I just rolled, wasn't it? Nope, that's an 11. -1, 10. So they'll take the 5-yard penalty, back them up. Still 1st down. It's another penalty on Washington. That's 4 penalties in the 1st quarter. All right, still 1st down. Oh, I didn't mean to throw them 2 red dice in there yet. Get them out of there. Here we go. Play selection for Washington is 39 on 1st down. This is an 8. It's a bootleg. All right, here comes Michigan on a 25. 25 on defense is C. Short wide against a bootleg. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Ooh, no doubles. 33 on the bootleg. 33 is a quarterback run, and the defense is a 3 on that bootleg is blank. Okay, so now we roll for the quarterback run, and it is 23 on a quarterback run is a gain of 5. All right, so they gain 5. It's second down and 10. They got their yardage back. Okay, second down. Here they go. Second and 10. Washington's going to run 23. 23 is a 5 option. They're going with the option play. Here we go with the defense. 28 is a standard. Okay, so they're running their standard defense against this option. And the result, nothing there. We have a 25 on the option is a bootleg pass. And the defense has a 2 on a short wide. It's going to be a blank, so it all depends on what he gets on his bootleg pass. A 30. And a 30 is 5 yards. All right, so they gain 5 on that pass. And makes it third down. All right, 3rd and 5. Here comes Washington. What are they going to do? They got a 34 on 3rd and 5. Is a 7, sprint out. So they're going to do a sprint out. Michigan's playing 35 on a 3rd and 5. 35 is B. Oh, they went with the short gaps against the sprint out. Now it's all up to Washington to execute. Here we go. Nothing there. We got 26 on a sprint out. 26 on a sprint out, 2 yards. And the defense is a 3. 1, 2, 3 is a quarterback run. So they get a quarterback run. And it is 24. 24 is -2. Okay, so they lost 2 yards. So it's 4th down. All right. Well, Washington's going to have to punt. Couldn't move the ball. They couldn't keep it going. Here we go. Roll, make sure they don't have a penalty. Oh, there it is. False start. 25. Would have been 37 out of bounds, but we'll take the 5-yard penalty, back them up. And that's it. That's 4 of those. So I don't roll these dice anymore. Take them away so I don't accidentally roll them. Okay, here we go. Washington's punting. That was all the crowd noise causing them some problems. They got settled down now. 28 is a defensive 15-yard penalty. Oh, they ran rough the kicker. And the punt was 24, which was 42 and out of bounds. Of course, they take the 15. 10, 15, it's automatic first down at the Michigan 46. Defensive 15. Okay. Wow. First down. Here we go. That was 2 penalties. All right, here we go. Washington's got the ball. Coming back up on offense again. Here we go. Washington's going to try a 34 on first down is a 3. They're running this end reverse. And a 34 for Michigan is an E, which is a long pass. Oh, they caught Michigan looking for a pass. We got 35 on their end reverse is 4 yards, and we got 3. Here is 0. What did I say? 35, 4 yards. Gain of 4. Second down. All right. Second down. Washington goes 27. 27 on second down and 6. That's a 3. They're going with another end reverse. Michigan goes 31. 31 is B. Short gaps. Okay. And we got 32. 5 yards. And a 3 on the short gaps is 0. Gain of 5. All right, makes it 3rd and 1. Third and 1. Here we go. Here comes Washington. They're going to do a 26. And a 26 on 3rd and 1 is 7. Sprint out pass. So they're going to try to catch them. Michigan's running a 14 on their defense. 3rd and 1 on a 14 is C. Short wide against a sprint out pass. Interesting. Here we go. They got a 1. They got 26 on the sprint out. Is 2 yards. And the defense has a 1 on this. Against a short pass is nothing. They got the 2 yards. It's first down. Look at there. They got the first down on a sprint pass. 2 yards. They got a pass. First down. Okay. 20 seconds. First down. Washington moves the ball. Here we go. They got a drive going. They get 14. They're going to run a draw play. Number 4. Michigan's defense says 12. A 12 is F. They blitzed against a draw. It could go either way here, depending on what rolls up. Let's see what happens. Washington gets 26 on a draw, 1 yard. And the blitz against the draw is nothing. Gain of 1. Second down. Hit a gain of 1. All right. Well, that was interesting. Here we go. Second down. 22 for Washington is a 5 option. Michigan's defense says 24. 24 is C. Short wide against the option. Another interesting combination. Washington gets a 21 on the option is 3 yards. The defense has a 1 is 0. So it's a gain of 3. Makes it third down. Third and 6. All right. Here we go. 3rd and 6. 20. 3rd and 6. 20 is number 1, line plunge. All right, Michigan runs defense of 26. 26 is D, short pass. So Michigan's on a short pass, and they're on a line plunge. Here we go. 25 on the line plunge is blank, so 0 yards. Michigan has a 4, which is blank, no gain. So they held them right there. It's 4th down. And too far for them to field goal. I can tell you that. They're going to punt. They're going to go for the corner. 40, 31. We're going to take 10 yards off this punt and see where it goes. So 10 yards off the punt, and it goes 35. 35 is 36 yards, so that makes it 26 from the 31. Puts it at the 5. Okay. And Michigan's punt return, they're going to return it. He gets a 34 on his punt return, 5 yards. So they're going to take the ball out to the 10, and they're ready to start. He didn't want to let it roll for 5 yards. First down. Okay. Michigan ball. Here comes the Wolverines back out on the field. And they're going to roll. Their offense is going to go 26. 26 on first down is a 7. Sprint out. Washington defense is 38. And a 38 is a B. Short gaps. Michigan caught them in the right defense. Now can they do something with it? Michigan gets a 25 on a sprint out. Incomplete. And they have a 3 short gaps on sprint out. Is 9 in parentheses. So they got a 9-yard gain. Okay, second down. So they complete that one for 9. Second down. Here we go. All right, 2nd and 1. Michigan's looking to move the ball. They're running a 24. Second down with 1. That's a 1. Line plunge. The Husky defense is 34. On second down, a 1 and 2. E. Oh, long pass. Whoa. Line plunge against a long pass. 35 on the line plunge is 4 yards. And a 1 on the long pass is nothing. Gain of 4. First down. So it's a gain of 4. And that's a first down. At the 23. All right, here we go. Michigan's looking to move the ball. They're going to run a 35 on first down. That's a 3 in reverse. Washington's defense is a 32. And a 32 is a B. Short gaps against the end reverse. Michigan gets a 24. 24 is 10 yards. And a 3 on the defense, plus 1, so 11. 1, 5, 10. First down, gain of 11. Another first down, okay. At the 34-yard line. Michigan's moving the ball. Here comes Michigan. They're going to run a 22 on first down. 8, bootleg. Okay. Washington's defense is 27. 27 is C, short wide. So we go short wide against the bootleg. Michigan's bootleg is 30. 30 on the bootleg is 6 yards. And they have a 3 on the short wide, nothing. 6 yards. Second down. All right. 6 yards. 2nd and 4. Here comes Michigan. They're going 32. 2nd and 4. 32 is 2. Counter. The defense is running 20. 20 is a standard. Standard against a counter. That's a good defense for Washington. Washington with a 1. Oh, a 10 on a counter is a breakaway. Oh, and they have a 1, which is blank. So Michigan got a breakaway. The running back breaks loose. He's going to go for 25. 53 yards. Whoa! 10, 20, 30, 40, 53. He's down at the 7. He makes the big run. 53 by Michigan. All of a sudden he explodes. It's bound to happen sooner or later. Well, it happened here. All right, we're at the 7. Just use that as a marker to remember where I started this from. Okay, here comes Michigan. It's first down. They're not inside the 5. So we got 25. 25 on first down is 7. He's doing a little sprint out pass. The defense is 23. 23 is a C. It's a short wide. Okay, here we go. Sprint out. 28 for Michigan is 4 yards. And the defense has a 2. Nothing, so we got a gain of 4. All right, second down and 3. Oh, after that breakaway was the end of the quarter, by the way. So we just started the second quarter. All right, here we go. He has a gain of 4 on that sprint out. Okay, now we're inside the 5. It is second down and 3. So Michigan's going to run inside the opponent's 5. That's a 37. So we come down here to inside. So just in case you can't see it, I'm inside the opponent 5. I rolled a 37. So I've got to come across here to 37, and it says 7, which is a sprint out. So they're going to try to get it in there. Now Washington's defense is 24 on second down and 3. And the 24 is C, short and wide. Okay, so they're spreading them out. He's throwing the sprint out pass. He gets a 32 on the sprint out, which is incomplete. They get a 3, which is nothing, so it's incomplete. Goes to third down. All right, here we go. Inside the 5 still, third and 3. 24. Inside the 5. 24 is a line plunge, number 1. The defense is doing 38 on a third and 3. The 38 is C. So they went wide, short and wide. They're running the line plunge. Here we go. 35 on the line plunge is 4 yards. And they got a 3, which is nothing. Touchdown. Touchdown. Michigan. 3 yards. Touchdown. Michigan put it in. I hit my camera, didn't I? Got all excited. Got carried away. Okay, we're going to do this extra point, and I got to swap my battery. All righty, here we go. Extra point for Michigan. Let's see if we can get it in here real quick. And we roll these 3 dice. And the extra point is 39. It's good. So they hit the extra point. Extra point is good. And Michigan's got 7 on the scoreboard. All right, let me change my battery and then we'll come back, keep on going. All right, it's fourth down. Washington's got a punt. Here we go. Punt by Washington is 39. Oops. The 39 on their punt is an offensive 5 penalty. And their punt yardage is 16. 36 and out of bounds. Not a very good punt. Do we gain it by taking the 5-yarder? I think we'll take the short punt. 36. 2, 10, 20, 34. Puts it at my 40. Puts it to Michigan. 46. All right, short punt. 36. It went out of bounds, so there's no return. Okay, Michigan's got the ball in good field position. They're hoping they can make something happen here. It's first down. And here come the Wolverines. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to go 23 on first down. 23 is an 8. That's a bootleg. Going for some yardage. Washington's defense is a 27. C. Short wide against the bootleg. Okay, here we go. Against the bootleg. 21 for Michigan. On a bootleg is 10 yards. The defense is a 1. Oh, plus 4 gives them 14. 10, first down at the 40. Pass. Okay, here we go. See what Michigan's going to do now. They're moving the ball again. First down. 26. 26 is a sprint out. Now they're going to try a sprint out pass. And Washington's defense is a 35, which is A, which is the standard defense. It's a 14. On the sprint out is 12 yards. And they have a 2 on the standard, which is blank, 12 yards. 10, 12. First down at the 28. 12. First down. Moving the ball again. It's funny how all of a sudden they start moving it. Okay, here we go. Here comes Michigan's going to try a 37, which is a draw place. They've got them looking at the pass. Will they fall for it? They get a 33 on first down, which is B. Short gaps. They did not fall for that draw. See what happens. 23 on the draw. Ooh, -2, and they have a 1 on their short gaps. -2, that's -4. So they read that perfectly. -4. Goes to second down. Okay. Second down. Here we go. Second and long for Michigan. They're going to run a 20. On second and long is a 9. Drop back pass. They're going to try to get it. Washington does a 29, which is standard. So they're running their standard defense against the drop back pass. 11 on a drop back is incomplete. They had a 1, which was blank. So incomplete. Goes to third down. Third and long. Needs to get something here to get in field goal range. 12 is a screen pass. They're going to try to screen. And the defense is in a 23, which is a C, short wide against the screen. That's a good defense. 34 on a screen is incomplete. They had a 2 against the screen, would have been a -1. So, incomplete. Goes to fourth down. And, unfortunately, they're outside of their field goal range. I'm pretty sure about that. Let's see. Field goals for them. Yeah, they're going to punt. They're going to take 10 off the punt and go for the corner. So they're punting towards the corner from the 32. And the punt is 17. Oh, offensive 5. If they do get it in the corner, they're going to get backed up. 29 is 48, makes it 38. It's a touchback. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to take the touchback. So it's a 32-yard punt for Michigan. Washington takes it at the 20. They don't want to give them a chance to pin them down there. That'd be a dumb call. Okay, first down Washington. Here we go. Get Washington up here on offense. There we go. First down. 28. 28 on first down is sprint out, number 7. And my defense is mine. Michigan 22 on defense is C, short wide on a sprint out pass. So what we get, 35 on the sprint out, I believe, is incomplete, and a 1. Yep, incomplete. Okay. Second down. Washington's going to go 25. Second down, 25 is 3. End reverse. The defense is 23. C, short wide. So they read the right play. Let's see what they do. 17 is a 5-yard gain, and 2 is -1, so it's a gain of 4. Makes it third down and 6. All right, 3rd and 6 for Washington. They're going to run a 32-8 drop bootleg. They're doing a bootleg. The defense is doing 26. 26. Yep. Short pass. Short pass against a bootleg. Here we go. 22 on a bootleg. Defensive 15. Oh boy. They have a 1 on that short pass, which is on a bootleg is -3. And they get a 34, which is incomplete. So they get the 15-yard penalty. Whoa. Puts them up to the 39. Defensive 15. Boy, been a lot of penalties in this game. First down. You got a break there. Okay, Washington, here they come. They're going to run a 32 on first down. Sprint out. Michigan's going to run a 22 on first down. C, short wide on the sprint out. They get 36 on their sprint out, incomplete. They had a 2, which would have given them 3 yards, so it's incomplete. Second down. Okay. 2nd and 10. Here comes Washington, going to run a 36. Sprint out. Michigan with a 17. B. Short gaps. Uh-oh, they caught me. Thought they would try to play it safe like they had before. 36 on the sprint out is another incomplete. They have a 3 on the short gaps. Nothing. Okay. Another incomplete. 3rd and 10. Washington can't figure out how to get this ball moving. Here we go. 3rd and long. 14. 14 on 3rd and long is a drop. 14 is a counter. So Washington's running a counter. 30, 3rd and long is a standard. Not a good defense. There we go. You get a 12, 5 yards. The defense gives them 2, plus 1 is 6. 4th down. Gain of 6. It's 4th down. With 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. Okay, Washington's going to punt. Here we go. The punt is 35. 35 on the punt is 36 yards. 10, 20, 35, 36. Puts it at the 19. Michigan's return is 28. 28 is 7 yards. Puts them out to the 26-yard line. 7 yards. First down. All right. Michigan's got the ball. See what they're going to do with it here. Michigan goes 35. On first down is a end reverse. Washington's defense is 32. 32 is B. Short gaps. So Washington's playing the right defense probably, or not really, not against an end reverse. 25 for Michigan on an end reverse. 12 yards. A 1. Short gaps, nothing. 12 yards. 4, 9, 12. First down at the 38-yard line. Okay. Michigan moves the ball. Here we go. Michigan's going to play a 34. 34 is another end reverse. Washington goes with a 31, which is a short pass. They were thinking they were going to strike. Here we go. End reverse against the short pass. 35 on the end reverse is 2 yards. The defense is a 2, gives them 1, so 3 yards. Second down. All right. Second down, here we go. Michigan's going with a 36. It is 2nd and 7. 36 is another end reverse. Washington's going with a 30. Oops, looking at the wrong thing. 30. B, short gaps against the end reverse. Ooh, let's see. 34 on the end reverse is 1 yard. And they have a 3 plus 1, so they get 2. Makes it third down. 2 yards. Okay. Here we go. It is 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. Michigan's going to run a 12, which is a screen. Not been their best play of the day. And they're running a 24 on the defense. 3rd and 5. 24 is C. Short, wide. Good defense. Here we go. Let's see. A 12 for Michigan on a screen. Offensive 15. Oh. And a 1 is nothing there. So let's see what happens here on the screen pass. 37. Oh, -5. They take the, it's going to be 4th down. They'll take the -5. Makes it 4th down. Penalty holds the clock up. -5. 4th down. Michigan's got a punt. All right, here comes the punt. Michigan's punt is 33. 38 out of bounds. 10, 20, 30, 6. Okay, out of bounds. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. It's first down, Washington. All right, so 2-minute drill. Not yet. They got to get to 2 minutes, see if they need it. Okay, see, Washington's at the 24. They've got the ball. Oops. And they're going to call a 21, which is option. Michigan's defense is 14. 14 is D. Short pass against the option. Not Michigan's best defense. 28 on the option. Minus, blank, 0. They have a 2 on the short pass, 1. So they got a gain of 1. They rush for 1. Second down. Okay, here we go. Second down. Second and 9. 24. 24 is option. Oh, try it again. They have a 30. Which is B. Short gaps against the option. Not good. Not good for Michigan. 21 on the option. 3 yards. They have a 2, which is 1, so it's a gain of 4. Goes to third down. Third down. Here we go. 33 is going to be is 3rd and 5. 33 is sprint out. Michigan does 32. C. Short wide against the sprint out pass. Washington gets 21 on a sprint out. Is a quarterback run. They have a 3, which is blank. So let's see what the quarterback does. The quarterback goes 21. 8 yards. First down. At the 37. Gain of 8. Two minutes and 30 seconds left. I think that they would go into their 2-minute offense now. Okay. So here we go. They're going to go 2-minute offense. Washington goes 30 on a 2-minute drill. Is 7. Sprint out. Michigan goes on first down 15. Oh, D. Short pass. So they covered it pretty well. Here we go. Short pass. They rolled a 36 on a sprint out, which is incomplete. He has a 3 on a short pass, which was incomplete. So he was definitely going to be incomplete. He has not completed anything lately. Second down. Michigan shut him down on that one. Okay, here we go. Second down. 2-minute drill. They're going 27. 27 on this is 9. Drop back pass. Michigan's running a 25 on their defense. 25 is C. Short wide against a drop back. Okay, here we go. The drop back gives them 2 34. Probably isn't good. Incomplete. They had a 5 on the drop back. The short wide is an interception. So defense has interception. They have incomplete. It is the interception. Intercepted at 15. So they throw an interception. Interception. Okay. 15. 3, 10, 12. That's at the 48. Michigan's going to return it. On a 29. Interception return is 3 yards. Puts them at the 49. Oh, so they're going to have a chance now. That's 10 seconds. First down. First down, Michigan. Oh, what a change here. A little turn of events for Michigan. They got a chance. Try to get something on the board here before the half. All right, Michigan's going to go into their 2-minute drill. Here we go. First down. Two-minute drill for Michigan. 36. 36 is 9. Drop back pass. The defense is a 16, which is D. Pass prevent. Short pass. Short pass against a drop back pass. Michigan gets 37 on their drop back. 26 yards. They got 2. Short pass, nothing. Whoa! Michigan comes out and swings it for 26. 24, 22 now. 10, 22. First down at the 23-yard line. Michigan swings quickly, and they're going to take a timeout. So I want to see all plays. 10 seconds. Okay, so they take it. We're at the 2-minute mark. They hit that for 26. First down. Oh, okay. Look out. Michigan is suddenly there, and they don't have to run. They're 2-minute now. They're close. So here we go. First down. They're running a normal offense. 35. 35 for that is sweep, end run, end reverse. Defense is 33. B, short gaps against the end reverse. Michigan goes 26, 17 yards. A 1 against the short gaps, nothing. 3, 14. Puts them in at the 6-yard line. 17. That's a first down. Okay, first down. And 20 seconds come off. Michigan's on the verge here. They're at the 6. Here they go. First down. They run a 27, which is going to be a sprint out pass. Washington runs a 30, which is a short pass. Okay, so Michigan's trying to strike again. It is 34 on a sprint out, is incomplete. They had a 3, which was blank. Incomplete. Okay. Second down. All right, Michigan's going 12. 12 is that dreaded screen pass. They don't run very well. 21. Second down on 21 is C. Oh boy, they got the right defense against them again. They get a 36 on the screen, is incomplete. They get a 2, which would have been -1, so incomplete. It's now 3rd down. Michigan's at the 6. Here they go. 21. Drop back pass, number 9. Wow. Here we go. 23 for the defense is C. Short wide. Okay. 24 on the drop back is 13 yards. And the defense has a 1-0 touchdown, Michigan. Michigan hits them again with a touchdown. It's a 6 and a TD. 6 touchdown. Woo! Here comes the extra point. Extra point for Michigan is 23. And the 23 is good. Good. So the score is now 14-0, Michigan. Michigan's going to kick off. There is 1 minute. Let's see what happens here. 36. 36 on the kickoff is 44 yards. 10, 20, 30, 44. It's at the 21. Here comes the kick return. Is 10. 14 yards. He gets a kick return. 14. Puts him out to the 35. First down, Washington. 2-minute drill. Here they come. Washington's trying to get something going. Michigan has stymied them in the first half. Absolutely held them down. Okay, 2-minute drill. It's at 28. 28 is 7. Sprint out. Michigan's running 35. First down, 35 is A, standard. Okay, standard against the sprint out. 23 on a sprint out. Quarterback run, and a 2 on standard is nothing. So here goes on the quarterback run is 31, 1 yard. 1 yard, and they take a timeout. Okay. 1 yard. Something I'm missing here are timeouts. So timeout. There goes 1. They used 1. Okay, here we go. 50 seconds. 2nd and 9. 2-minute offense. They go 24. 2-minute drill. The 24 is a bootleg. The defense at 2nd and 9 goes 35. 35 is A, standard against a bootleg. They get a 14 on a bootleg is a gain of 5, and the defense rolled a 3 on a standard. That's 12 in parentheses, so they get the 12. 4, 9, 12. That's a first down. 20 seconds come off. 12. That's a passing first down. Okay. Here we go. It's first down. Washington on their 2 minutes. They rolled a 30. A sprint out. The defense does 37. B, short gaps. Okay. They get a 22 on a sprint out. Oh, -4. And they have a 3. which is 0. So they get a -4 on that play. They take a timeout. 2, 3, 4. That's 2 timeouts. They got 1 timeout left. 20 seconds left. Second down. Here they come. They roll a 14 on this 2-minute drill. Is an 8 bootleg. Michigan runs a 36. Second down and long. A, which is their standard defense. 14 is a gain of 5. And they rolled a 2, which is nothing. Gain of 5. Timeout. That's their last timeout. They got 1 play left. 10 seconds left on the clock. Okay. Here comes the 2-minute offense. He gets a 16. Drop back. Comes the defense. 3rd and long. 24. D. Short pass against the drop back. $14 on a drop back, offensive 15. The 3 is a -2. And a 25 is 12 yards, so it's a gain of 10. They'll let the play go. They get the first down. And that's it. It's the end of the half. All right. So at the end of second quarter, it is Michigan 14 and Washington nothing. Michigan has shown quite a bit of resilience here, and their defense has been stifling on Washington. They have not figured out how to break it. Washington will be kicking off, and it's getting late. I think I'm going to pick this up tomorrow, and we'll keep playing though. All right, take a little break here, and we'll be back. All right, the halftime show's over. We're back, and we're going to get started here. Washington is kicking off. Michigan receives for the second half. Washington's kickoff is 35. The 35 is 57. 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, 57. It's at the 8-yard line. Michigan's return is a 12. 16 yards. 2, 10, 14. Puts us at the 24-yard line. All right, kick return. Not great, but field position's pretty decent. Michigan goes to offense. And we're ready. Here we go. Michigan's going to call their first play. 25 on first down is a 7 sprint out. Okay. The defense says 21. C. Short and wide. Short and wide against the sprint out. We have a 22 on the sprint out. It's 13. And a 2 here is 0. Oh, so they hit right off the bat with 13. It's a passing first down. Right. Well, puts them up to the 37-yard line. First down. So let's see. We had the kick return. 20 seconds for the first down. Here we go. Michigan's moving the ball again. They get 31 for their play call is a 2 counter. Washington runs a 33 on first down. Just B, short gaps. Okay, they ran the right defense this time. Short gaps. 34 on the counter is 1 yard, and they have a 2. It's a -1 in parentheses, so they stuffed that play -1. There's 1, goes to second down. Here we go. Michigan calls a 12. They're going with a screen. Washington runs a 15. And a 15 on second down is a D. Short pass against the screen. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Michigan gets a 25. On the screen is incomplete. And they have a 1 on the short. Nothing. Okay, incomplete. Goes to third down. Here we go with our play call. Michigan takes a 24 on third and long. Is 8. Bootleg. Washington goes with 35. Which is A, standard. Okay. Michigan gets a 23 on a bootleg, is 7 yards. And they have a 3 on the defense. On the short pass on the bootleg is blank. So they got 7. Not enough for the first down. Be fourth down. 7. Michigan will punt. Okay. Here comes the punt. It is an 18 on the punt. 18 is a defensive 5. Ho, that'll give them a first down. The punt goes for 34, which is 32 yards. And there will be a return. Let's see. Just to make sure there's no fumble or anything. A 33, 8-yard return. They'll take the 5-yard penalty. And it gives them a first down at their 48-yard line. So it's now first down. That's a defensive 5. Okay, Michigan's back on offense. First down, here they go. They keep their drive alive. So 34 on first down is end reverse. The defense goes with 33. B, short gaps. Okay. End reverse against the short gaps. We have a 21 on the end reverse. Oh, blank, 0. And they have a 2, nothing, so no gain. Second down, no gain. All right, second long, Michigan goes 33. Is another end reverse. I'll try it again. The defense calls a 34, which is E. Ooh, long pass. Washington thought they were going to try to get it all in one play. Here we go. We got a 10 on an end reverse. Is a fumble, -5. They have a 3, which is 0. It is fumble -5. 3, 2, 5. And now we roll for our fumble recovery, which is 10 to 31. They're pretty good at getting their ball back. 14. They recovered it. -5 with a fumble. Okay. Makes it third down, though. Third and long now. Okay. Michigan's going to go 25. Is 7. Sprint out. Washington's defense goes 26. And that is short wide against the sprint out. Okay. They get a 13 on the sprint out. It's 8 yards. And they have a 3 on the short wide. Nothing. 8 yards. 2, 7, 8 gets them back into the 49. But not enough. It's now 4th down. Okay. Michigan's going to punt. Here we go with the punt. 20 on the punt is 43 out of bounds. From the 49, that puts it at the 6-yard line. What a nice punt. Beauty. What a beauty. All right. It's 43, not 46. All right, and it's 1st down. Here comes Washington again. All right, Washington's play call on 1st down is 32. 32 is 7. Sprint out. You need to get the ball moving. Michigan defense is 24. And 24 is C, wide. Short wide against a sprint out. That's a 1. 33 on their sprint out is incomplete. And a 1 is nothing. Okay, so they're incomplete. 2nd down. It is long. They go 23. It's an option. Okay, they're going to run the option against 25. 25 is short wide. Yeah, not much of a defense against this. Let's see what happens. 36. Is a sprint out pass. They have a 2, which is nothing. So now we check for the sprint out pass. And they get a 10. Oh, goes for 0 yards. 3rd down. So he couldn't make anywhere. It's 3rd and long. Washington's going to run a 15, which is 3rd and long. 2. They're running a counter. The defense goes 23. D, short pass. All right. Short pass and a counter. They get a 14, 6 yards. They have a 4 on that. That's +1, so 7. Brings up 4th and 3, deep in their own end. They will punt. Washington's going to punt the ball. All right. Here comes the punt. And the punt is 32. 32 is 26 out of bounds. Wow. 10, 24. That's at the 39-yard line. They shanked the punt. 26. No return. 1st down, Michigan. Whoa, Michigan got a break there. Michigan got the break. Okay, here we go. 1st down. At the 39 of Washington. Michigan's going to run a 34, which is the end reverse. Against the defense of 26. Short wide. They got the right defense for it. Michigan goes 31. 2 yards. They have a 1, nothing. So they get a gain of 2. So Second down. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7. Michigan runs a 31, which is a counter. Washington's defense is 31. B, short gaps. Okay, so again, they call the right defense. Oh, got to roll again because I didn't roll all the dice. Here we go. 35 on a counter. 2 yards. And they have a 1, nothing, so 2 yards. I guess that was 2nd and 8, actually. So anyway, 2 yards. It's 3rd down. All right, 3rd and 6. All right. 3rd and 6 for Michigan is 35. Gotta find the play. 3rd and 5, 35. 3, end reverse. Washington runs 21. C, short wide. Got the right defense. 32 on the end reverse is 6 yards. And the defense is a 1, nothing, 6. First down. They had just enough. First down. We're at the Washington 29 now. All right. Michigan's threatening again. Here they come. They run a 24. And a 24 is a bootleg. Number 8, bootleg. The defense is 24. It's interesting how that comes up sometimes. C, short wide. All right, short wide against a bootleg. And they get a 30 on the bootleg is 6 yards. The defense is a 1 on the short wide. Plus 4, that's 10. First down. They're now at the 19-yard line. The defense gave them that yardage. 10, first down. Okay. Here we go. They're threatening. They're at the 19. Michigan's on the move. Michigan gets 31. Is a counter. I wrote this in the wrong spot. No, I didn't. I had it right. Duh. Okay. Michigan's running the counter. Washington gets a 34. On first down is E. Oh, they went for the long pass. They thought Michigan was going to run, throw deep and score. Michigan gets a 38 on a counter. It's 4 yards. And a 1 is nothing, so they get a gain of 4. Makes it second down. All right. 2nd and 6. Michigan runs 30. A 30 on 2nd and 6 is 2, counter. Okay, they're going with the counter again. The defense says 37 is B, short gaps. How about that? Short gaps. 37 for the run is 5 yards. They have a 1, nothing, gain of 5. Makes it 3rd and 1. Goes to 3rd down. Grinding away here. Michigan, 3rd and 1. Got the red dye in there. 3rd and 1. Michigan gets a 38 on 3rd and 1. That is a bootleg. Oh, they're going for it. A bootleg. The defense is in. 34. E. Long pass. Wow. They matched up well. 21 on the bootleg. 10 yards. The defense is a 1. Plus 5. Touchdown. 10 yards. Touchdown. That's it. And now we'll kick our extra point. Washington couldn't stop them when they got going. A 36. I believe that's going to be good. Yep. It's another extra point. Michigan's now up 21-0. Okay, time for the kickoff. $34 on the kickoff is 47. 10, 20, 30, 45, 47. That's a 12. Kick return is 26. 20 yards. So they were at the 17, not the 12. Puts them out to the 37. First down, Washington. Washington goes to offense. All right, here we go. They had their kick return. First down, here we go. 24 is going to be counter. So they're going to run the ball. Michigan's defense is a 22, which is C. Short wide. Short wide. They get 18 on the counter. Oh, defensive 15. They have a 4, which is -1. And a 15, which was 12, makes 11s. And I need to check something. All right, defensive 15. That's a big one. It goes from the end of the spots. They gained 11. 10, 11 on their run. And then they get 15 on top of that. 5, 10, 15. Puts them at the Michigan 36. That's a big turn of events right there. All right. Washington's got the ball. They've got it in Michigan territory. Washington goes 30. 30 is sprint out. Michigan's defense goes 37. B. Ooh. Short gaps against the sprint out. $24 on a sprint out is quarterback run. And the defense was a 1 on the sprint out, nothing. So they get the quarterback run. And the quarterback run is 32. And a 32 is 3 yards. So we'll gain a 3. Brings up second down. Okay. 2nd and 7. 11. That's a screen pass. And the defense is 25. Short wide against the screen. And they get a 13 on the screen, which is 0 yards. The defense is a 1. On a short wide is a -5. They lost 5 on their screen. Becomes 3rd down. So that didn't work out for them. Third and long. Yep. No, second and long. Yeah. Because I had the penalty. No, then they lost 5. Yeah, that's what they just did. It was 0. Then they had the 11. Yeah, it's second down. Okay, 24. 5, option. The defense runs. 23. Short wide against the option. Here we go against the option. It's a 14 on the option, which is 0. And a 1 on the short wide is 0. So no gain on the option. Now it's third down. I may have screwed that up, but we're just gonna play it. 33. I think I got confused. 30. Yeah, those don't need to be in there. 33 on third and long is 7. Sprint out. The defense is 35. Third and long, 35 is B. Ooh. Short gaps against the sprint out. Washington gets 13 on a sprint out is 10. The defense is a 3. Nothing. So they gain 10. They're going to be 1 yard short. It's fourth down. Okay. Fourth down. Get through the sprint out for 10. 4th and 1. They're going for it. 4th and 1. They run a 37. Bootleg. Ooh, interesting. Michigan's defense is in a 23, which is short gaps. Oh, short gaps against the bootleg. 26 on the bootleg is 3 yards. And their short gap of 3 is a quarterback run. So, offensive player has yardage. They have quarterback run. It goes to quarterback run on the priority. Okay, so quarterback run is 27. 7 yards. First down. First down. 7 yards on a quarterback run. Washington's threatening. They're at the 20. First down, and they go 21. Is an option. Michigan defense is 30. 30 is B, short gaps against the option. Not a good defense for Michigan. 19 on the option is 2 yards. And they have a 3 on the short gaps. On 5 is 2, so that gives them 5 yards. And it is second down. Okay. 2nd and 5. Washington runs 30. Get down 5. And the 30 is bootleg. Michigan's defense is 31. Oh, B. Staying in the gaps. They're not going to let them run again. Here we go. 25. On the bootleg is a quarterback run. And the defense on the bootleg is -8. So if they have a quarterback run and you have a number, you add them together. Okay, so it's going to be -8 on this quarterback run of 23. It's 5. They lost 3 yards. So the defense really swallowed that one up. Becomes 3rd down. Third and 8. Woo. Comes Washington, 3rd and 8. It's a 35. 3rd down. 35 is 7. Sprint out. Michigan's defense is 24. D. Short pass and sprint out. They get a 23 on the sprint out. Oh, -4. And the defense has a 1, -2, -4, -6. He got hammered. It's 4th down at the 24. So, what do we do? 24. Yeah, they're going to kick the field goal, see if they can get some points here. So here comes the field goal is 34. 28. He got it. So they kick a field goal. Field goal. 24 yards. Set time off, and they score 3 points. Washington is on the board. All right. There is 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. There we go. And we have a 37 for their kickoff. Goes 49. 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 49. Puts it at the 16. And the kickoff return is 15. Oh, a poultry, 9 yards. Gets them to the 25. Their kick return hasn't been anything to brag about, that's for sure. So Michigan gave up 3 points. All right, here we go. Michigan's got the ball. And 1st down, 23 is a bootleg. Okay, the defense goes 33. And the 33 is B. Short gaps. They expected them to run. They got the bootleg. 35 on a bootleg is a quarterback run. And they have a 3 on a bootleg is a quarterback run. So he's definitely running. 26 on the quarterback run is 6 yards. Nice little pickup for Michigan. 6 yards. He's 2nd down. 2nd and 4. Michigan goes with a 21. 2nd and 4. Oh, drop back pass. 9. Whoa. The defense is 37. Just B. Short gaps. Michigan caught them thinking they were going to pound the ball. Michigan gets 36 on the drop back is a quarterback. Oh, quarterback. Nope. 36 is an incomplete. And a 1. Nothing there, so he throws incomplete. Goes to 3rd down. All right. Didn't need to put the red and green in there. Here we go. 3rd and 4. Michigan goes with a 32. Counter. All right. And the defense is 31. 3rd and 4. 31 is B. Short gaps. So they were looking for him to run. Here they come. Michigan gets a 32. 7 yards. But the defense has a 2. Against that is a -1 in parentheses. So they stuffed them. -1 brings up 4th down. And Michigan will punt. Okay. Washington held them. Michigan punts a 15. On the punt is 38 yards. 10, 20, 35, 38. That's down to the 32. And the punt return is 25. 25 on the punt return is a -1. Oh, they sealed him up pretty good. Punt -1. So they start Washington the ball at the 31. Okay. Washington needs to see if they can get something moving again. Here they go. It's 25. Washington's on offense. And the 25 is line plunge. And the defense is in 25. C, spread. Well, short wide. I played pay dirt for so many years, I always remember what they call them. Okay, short wide against a line plunge. Washington gets a 17. Oh, defensive 5. They had a 4, which is blank. And they get a 13, which is 2. So take the 5-yard penalty. Defensive 5. It's still 1st down. Okay. So Washington on 1st down, they run 11. That's a screen. And the defense is 33. Short pass. Okay. Not a bad, decent defense. 24 on their screen is incomplete. They had a 3, which was a -1, so incomplete. 2nd down. There we go. 2nd down, they roll 10. Another screen pass. They're going to try it again. The defense is in 27. Short wide. Washington gets 33 on their screen. Incomplete. A 3 is nothing, so another incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. 1 minute left in the quarter. 3rd and 5. They run a 25. As end reverse. The defense is 28. B, short gaps against the end reverse. 29. Oh, -10. They have a 1, which is nothing. They lost 10 yards. Woo! That did not work at all for them. 4th down. They have to punt. The punt is 37. 37 is 46 yards. 2, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, puts it at the 28. Nice long punt. Okay, and the punt return is 38 on a punt return. Whoa, no. Oh, 45. 45. Whoa. He's had a 50-yard punt return, now a 45. 45, 43, 10, 20, 30, 43. Puts him at the 27-yard line of Washington. Hoo, 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 hoo. Michigan is rolling again. Their special teams have come through for them today. Okay, it's first down. Here we go. First down, it's 32, which is going to be a counter. And the defense is in 21, which is short wide against the counter. 24 is 6 yards. Can they have a 3 on a short wide? Nothing. Gain of 6. Second down. And that's the end of the third quarter. Woo! The score is Michigan 21, Washington 3. We'll be back right after this commercial. All right, here we go. It is second down at the 21. It is 2nd and 4. Michigan is driving. And we're in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Michigan's going to run 34 on 2nd and 4. 34 is sweep in reverse. Defense is 33. 2nd, 4, 33 is a D. Short pass. Okay. Michigan's got a chance here. They get 24. Oh, 10 yards. They have a 1, nothing. That's 10 yards. First down, 10 yards at the 11. All right, they can still get a first down. Okay. First down, not first and goal. Oops. First down, here we go. Michigan goes 38. 38 on first down is 4. Draw. Okay, they haven't run that one very much. They run a draw against 34. On the defense is E. Long pass. Oh, Michigan again. Got them guessing. Washington can't figure out what they're doing. They go 33 on a draw is 6 yards. And they have a 1. Gives them 2. That's 8. 2nd and 2. Gain of 8. All right. 2nd and 2. And we're inside the 5. Okay, so now we're using inside the opponent's 5-yard line here. Michigan's defense, 2nd down and 2. It is 27. On inside the 5 at 27. Another draw. Wow, okay. The defense is 36. 2nd down and 2. 36 is A, standard. That's a good defense for Washington. Michigan gets a 32 on a draw. Oh, breakaway. Uh-oh. They have a 3 on a standard. Is -1. I think they just scored. He easily walks into the end zone with a 24. That would have been 52. Instead, it's 3. And a touchdown. So Michigan made a drive and made it look pretty easy on that series. And we're going to kick the extra point. And the extra point is, 13. 13 is red. That's no good. They missed the extra point. So there's an extra point. No good. So they get 6 in the fourth. All right. So now they're up, excuse me, 27-3. Michigan's kicking off. And the kickoff is 31. And 31 is 48 yards. 10, 20, 30, 45, 48. Puts it at the 17. And the kick return is 25. 29. Nice return. So they get a kick return. 29. 26. Puts them up to the 46. All right. They're at the 46 for Washington. First down. So here we go with Washington on a first down. They're going to go with 30. 7. Sideline pass. Oops. Forgot to mark my kickoff. Yep. Sideline. 30 is sprint out. The defense is 35. Standard and a sprint out. Washington gets a 23 on their sprint out. Quarterback run. The defense has a 1 on a standard. Oh, +3. So they get the quarterback run +3. And the quarterback runs for a 38. Woo, 14. 3 makes 17. 17 yards. 4, 14, 17. First down at the 37. Okay, here comes Washington. They're driving all of a sudden. Washington runs the 31. Another sprint out. The defense goes 17. B. Short gaps. Not a good defense. Washington gets 15 on a sprint out. Whoa, 33 yards. And the defense has a 1 on the gaps. Nothing. It's 33. Woo! So they found something here. 31, 10, 20, 31. They're down to the 4. First down. Whoa. Look out. They're inside the 5. Okay, here we go. See if Michigan can hold them out here. All of a sudden, Washington got something going. 34, inside the 5. Sweep, end reverse. Defense is 13. This is first down. 13 is E, long pass. Okay, long pass. And they're going with this end reverse. They get an 11 on the end reverse is an offensive 5. The defense, the long pass is a 3. It's blank. Okay, we're looking for the result of the play still. Offensive 5. And a 34 on this end run. End reverse, 34 is 3. So we'll take the 5-yard penalty and back them up. Still first down. And there's an offensive 5. Okay, still first down. Here we go, Washington at the 9. They get 15. 15 is a draw. Michigan goes 25. C, short, wide. Not bad for the draw. Okay, here we go. They get a 36. On their draw is 9. And we have a 3. Oh, blank. They got 9. That's a touchdown. They scored. 9. Touchdown. All right, extra point. Comes the extra point is, 31. That's good. So he hits his extra point. Washington scores. The score is now 27-10. Washington's going to kick off. .26 on their kickoff is 47. 10, 20, 30, 45, 47. At the 18, and the kickoff return for the Wolverines is 31. 18 yards. Puts them out to the 36. And it is first down. All right. Comes Michigan. Michigan's going to run. 32 is a counter. And the defense is 34. 34 is E, looking for that long pass. 34 on their counter is 1 yard. The long pass on a 3 on the counter is nothing, so they get a gain of 1. And makes it second down. All right. Second 9. Michigan goes 22. Bootleg. The defense goes 21. Short, wide. All right, here we go. It is 24 on the bootleg. Incomplete. They had a 3 on the short, wide, nothing. So incomplete. Things up, third down. All right, Michigan, third and 9. They get 33. In reverse, and the defense goes 38. On third and long, D, short pass. And play result is a 31 on an end reverse, 3 yards. And they have a 4 is blank. So gain of 3, fourth down. Fourth down. All right, the old punt. Michigan brings up the punt team. And the punt is 39. It's a 33-yard punt. That's not so good. 33. 10, 20, 33. At the 27, here comes the punt return. is 29. Oh, defensive 15. That's on the kick team. Nope. I'm looking at the wrong one. Punt return. 35 yards. Whoa, 35. 32, 10, 20. Puts them back down at the 38-yard line. Suddenly, Washington has found something here. He may have a little momentum going. All right, so Washington, first down. They're going to run 27. Line plunge. The defense goes 23. Short wide. And it goes 35 on a line plunge is 3 yards. And they have a 3, gives them 2. So that's a gain of 5. Gain of 5. It goes to the second down. Second and 5. Washington goes 36 on second and 5. Is a sprint out. Michigan goes 27. Short wide. Okay, here we go. And they get a 22 on a sprint out is -4. They have a 1, which is nothing. So they lost 4 yards. Go. Third down. Third and 9. Washington runs a 14. 2, a counter. Michigan runs a 14. How about that? C, short wide. Short wide against a counter. The counter gets a 31, 2 yards. Their defense is a 1-0, so they get a gain of 2. Puts them at the 35. They're at the 35. 2. It's fourth down. They're on that side of the field. I think they're going for it. I think so too. So here they go. Fourth and 4th and 7. They get a 12. 4th and 7. At 12, they're going to run a screen. Oh, that's a dangerous call. 21. Short pass. Ooh, that's not a good defense. Well, yeah, it is a good defense against the screen. Their screen gets 23. Ooh, -4. They have a 4 on the screen, nothing. -4. Michigan stuffs it. They didn't fall for anything. All right, change of position. At the 39, Michigan ball. Well, that's a change of events there. Michigan shut them down on that one. Okay, here we go. And there is 9 minutes, 30 seconds left. We're getting close to a time when another rule is going to kick in here because of the Michigan's going to go 32. 32 on first down is a counter. And Washington's defense is 32. 32 for them is B. Short gaps. Okay. And we get 36 on the counter. 7 yards. And they have a 1. Nothing. Brings up second down. Again, a 7. Second down and 3. Okay. Eight minutes left. How much time is left? We're at 9 minutes. Okay. Michigan goes 27 on second down and 3. They're running a bootleg. Washington's defense goes with 36. Standard against the bootleg. Not their best defense. Let's see. They got 16 on a bootleg. 15 yards. They have a 2. On the standard on the bootleg is nothing. So gain of 16. 4. 16. Puts them down here to the 38 of Washington. Okay. And first down. So here comes Michigan again. 38-yard line. They run a 34, which is in reverse. And the defense goes 23, short wide. Michigan gets a 32, 6 yards. And they have a 3 on a short wide is -2, so he gets a gain of 4. It's going to make it second down. Second down. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Michigan goes with 27. Sprint out. And 30 for the defense. On second down. B. Short gaps against the sprint out. 25 on the sprint out. Incomplete. And the 3 on the short gaps against sprint out is 9 in parentheses, so that's where it goes. That's first down, Michigan. So he gets a 9. The defense couldn't stop it. Okay. Back up. Michigan is now, we are down to 8 minutes and 50 seconds. So we still got to go 50 seconds before with 8 minutes left. Okay, here we go. Michigan goes the first down at the 25. A 32 is a counter. And the defense goes 28 is a standard. So they run standard defense against a counter. And Michigan gets a 21 with the counter. It is 9 yards. And Washington gets 2 on the standard against counters -1, so it's a gain of 8. Goes to second down. Second and 2. Michigan goes 25. Second and 2, and a 25 is sprint out. Wow, okay, sprint out. The defense goes 26. Gaps, short gaps. Short gaps against the sprint out pass. A 30 on the sprint out. Incomplete. Ooh, that was close. They gave him a 2. Yep, nothing. Incomplete. Goes to third down. And Michigan, 3rd and 2. Michigan runs a 32 on 3rd and 2. That's a end reverse. And Washington goes with a 21. Is a short gaps. Short gaps against an end reverse. 24 for Michigan. That is 10 yards. And the 2 is nothing. 10 yards. 1st and goal at the 7. Okay. And now we're under 8 minutes. So now Michigan is going to run a little different offense. They're going to went ahead by 10 plus with 8 minutes left. Okay, here we go. Michigan goes 25 ahead. 25 is a counter. And the defense goes 25. 1st down. C. Short wide. Here we go. 33 on the counter. 4 yards. And they have a 3. Nothing. In a 4. It's going to make it 2nd down and 3. 2nd down. And 3. All right. Now we go inside the opponent 5. Okay. Michigan's going to run a 33 inside the 5. It's going to be an end reverse. Just looking at what this says with 8 minutes left. Inside the 5. I'm looking at inside opponent 5-yard line. Roll the Sports Illustrated dice. Consult short yardage choices on chart D23. So I think we are late game defense to counter clock draining plus goal line. D15, D11. So I would say you're going to run late game defense to counter clock draining. So we use 1d6 and they get an A, B, or C because we're at this point here. So it's 2nd down. We're ahead with 8 minutes. Nope, we're inside the 5. And we rolled a sweep reverse. The defense is going to go with a 3 down here on this chart. So I'm looking here. So late game defense to counter clock draining plus goal line. That's where we're at. Normally used in last 8 minutes. Yep, we rolled 1d6. And the roll was a 3, and a 3 is a C. So they went short wide, and we're running the end reverse. It is 32, which is a gain of 6. They get a 1 on a short wide, nothing. Touchdown, Michigan. Michigan scores again. 3, touchdown. And they're going to kick their extra point. Let's see, touchdown, Michigan. And the extra point is 34. It's good. They score, so that gives them 34-10, Michigan. Michigan is hurting them bad. All right, Michigan's kicking off with a 26. 26 is 49. 10, 20, 30, 45, 49. They're at the 16. And the kick return is 35, which is 23. 24. 10. Puts them at the 39. First down, Washington. 23-yard return. Okay. Now, Washington is running wind behind, so they're going into pass, and we'll use we won't use that yet because they're not in the 2-minute drill. They're not in a 2-minute drill. Okay, here we go. Washington. They're going to go 32. That's a sprint out. Michigan's defense is 39 on a sprint out. 39 is E. Long pass. Long pass against the sprint out. And Washington gets 33 on a sprint out. On a sprint out. Incomplete. They had a 2-0. Okay, Washington goes incomplete. Second down. All right, Washington's going to go 35. 35 is a 5 option. And the defense is 23. Did I do that right? It's second down. Just want to make sure I had the right one. Yes, I did. We just rolled a 23. And second down is short wide against the option. Here we go. It is 28. 28 on the option. Oh, minus blank. It's a blank. We have 3 on the option. It's blank. No gain. No gain. Goes third down. All right, here we go. Third down and 10. Washington's not getting anywhere. They go 29. Oops. 29 on third down. That is a bootleg. Michigan's defense is a 14. Third down. C. Short wide against the bootleg. All right, they rolled. battery went right when I rolled. A 29 on the bootleg. 29 is 16, and the defense is a 1 on the short wide. Nothing. They got 16. Puts them down to the Michigan 45. First down. They get a big play there. Okay, here we go. We're at 5 minutes, 10 seconds left. They run a 13 on first, let's see, 13 is 8, bootleg. They're doing it again. Michigan runs a 30. 30, first down. B, short gaps against the bootleg. They get a 35 on their bootleg is incomplete. And they had a 2 on the bootleg, which is nothing, incomplete. Second down. And we're now at 5 minutes. So out of bounds plays now count. Okay, here we go. Washington's going, it's second down and 10. They run a 34. That is an option. And we go 35 on second down. A, standard. So we have a standard defense against the option. 26 for the option is gain of 2. And the defense was a 1. So it gives them a gain of 3. Going to make it third down. All right. It is 3rd and 7. Washington goes with 32. Sprint out. Michigan's defense is 37. 3rd and 7. 37 is A, standard. So they're going with the standard against the sprint out. Washington gets 11 on a sprint out. Oh, offensive 15. Ooh, that hurt. All right. 2 netted of nothing from the defense. And they get a 24 on a sprint out. It's a quarterback run. 23 would have been 5 yards, but it gets called back on a 15-yard penalty. Illegal chop block. Sets them back. It's still third down. Offensive 15. All right. It's still third down. Washington goes 37. This is a sprint out. And the defense goes 31. Is the A standard. So they run their standard against the sprint out. 35 is incomplete. And a 2 there is nothing, so it falls incomplete. Is now fourth down. There's no hope there. They're going to punt the ball. Washington punts. It's a 33. And the punt is 40 yards. So he punts it for 40. 38. Puts it at the 17. Here comes the punt return. Michigan's dangerous with these punt returns. 27 on the punt return is 50. He hits another one, 50. punt returner is killing them. 50. We'll make it 52. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Puts them at the Washington 33. Whoa. They're just really making it hard on Washington here. Michigan's special teams are dominating Washington. That's the best way I can put it. Okay. They're ahead. They're going with 23. 23 is a little sprint out. Okay. Here we go. Washington runs a 19 on first down. That is an A standard. Standard against the sprint out pass. Michigan gets an 11 on their sprint out. Holy cow, it's 22 yards. They have a 1 on their standard, nothing. 22. 2, 10, 20. Puts them at the 11. 22 yards on the sprint out. First down. Man, Michigan has found their stride. Here we go. Michigan gets a 38. First down. They're hit by 8. 38 is in reverse. Washington plays 33 on their defense. B, short gaps against the end reverse. 35 for Michigan on an end reverse is 2 yards out of bounds. And they got a 2 blank. So they gained 2 and he runs out of bounds. Gets knocked out of bounds. Gain of 2 and out of bounds. Second down. All right. Goes Michigan. They're doing a 31. 31 is a counter. It's 2nd and 8. Washington runs 38. Is a D. Short pass against the counter. .23 on the counter is 8 yards. Whew. They have a 1, nothing. 8 yards. First and goal at the 1. Wow. Michigan just keeps pushing. All right. First and goal. Here we go. Michigan's inside the 5. They're running 34. 34 is end reverse. They're running their short yardage defense here. Goal line, a 3. On that defense is a C. That's the short wide against the end reverse. They called the right defense. Here we go. Michigan gets 34. 1 yard. They have a 4 on this short wide is a -1 in parentheses. Michigan loses a yard. So they go -1. Whew. And now it's second down. They had a first down. Now it's second down. All right, Michigan's going 35 on second down and 2. 35 is counter. Washington's going with a 1. That's a B, short gaps. So short gaps against the counter. 23 for Michigan on the counter is 8 yards. Woo, that's a powerful play. They have a 2, which is -1 in parentheses. Washington has playing their pride now. They stuffed them again. Goes to 3rd down. They just don't want to give up another touchdown. Here we go. It's 3rd and 3. 26 is a draw. A draw. And they run a 2, which is the short gaps again. Okay, short gaps against the draw. 34 on the draw. No gain, 0. They have a 1. -2. They lose 2 more yards. Pushes them back to the 5. Suddenly, they can't get anywhere. Goes to 4th down. And Michigan will kick the field goal. All right. At the 5, Michigan's going to try to just close up the game here. Michigan goes 33. It is 18. That's good. So they kick the field goal for Michigan. And now they're up to 16 points on the 4th quarter. 23, 33, 37-10. Michigan has put it on them today. There's a 1:30 left. Comes the kickoff. 13 on the kickoff is 55. 55, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. Gets it down to the 10. And here comes the return. 35. 35 on the return is 23 yards. 23 puts them out to the 33. 1st down, Washington. All right. Washington's in their 2-minute offense. Oh. Let's see. Come here. All right. Washington's in their 2-minute offense. They're going to run a 14. It is a bootleg. They're in their 2-minute drill defending the pass for Michigan. They get a 2. That is a short wide against a bootleg. .35 on a bootleg. Oops. Is incomplete. And they had a 2. Short, wide, nothing. Incomplete. Goes 2nd down. All right, here comes 2-minute drill. 33 is an option. They're running, their defense is a 5 is E. So we have long pass against the option. They get a 35 on the option. Sprint out pass. We have a 1 on the option. Gives them +2. So they're at a +2. Let's see if they hit the pass or not. 24 on a sprint out is a quarterback run. So he's running. And it is a 13. 7 yards plus 2 is 9. That makes it 3rd and 1. Yep, he did the quarterback run. 3rd and 1. They're in their 2-minute drill still. (26) 3rd and 1. 26 is a sprint out. They were in their pass defense still. A 6 is E. That's still the long pass against the sprint out. A 22 on a sprint out is quarterback run. They have a 2, nothing. Okay, so they're going to do another quarterback run. 11 on a quarterback run. He fumbled the ball right there. They recovered on a 10 to 26. 31, they recovered. He goes 0 with a fumble. And it's 4th down. They take a timeout. Second half timeouts. They used 1. Okay. It's 4th and 1. 4th and 1. No 2-minute drill here. 10. 4th and 1. 10. Oops, wrong one. Is a screen pass. And the Wolverines get 22 on 4th and 1. B. Short yardage against the screen. They get a 31 on their screen. 4 yards out of bounds, and he has a 1. Nothing. Gain of 4. It's 1st down. They go out of bounds. Stops the clock. 20 seconds left. Okay. Washington's trying to do something. Here we go. 2-minute drill. Washington goes 35. Is another option. Here comes the defense is a 1. And a 1 is C. He ran the short wide against the option. Play result is a 34 on the option. Sprint out pass, and they have a 3. Nothing. So we roll for the sprint out pass. Washington gets a 35. Incomplete. Oh, that was 1st down. Now it's 2nd down. Final play. Here we go. They get a 35. Option. They get a 1. Short wide. Here we go. Option and short wide. They have a 30 on their option. Is 6 yards. We have a 2 on the option. Is nothing. They get a gain of 6. And that's it. They get a final gain of 6. Clock runs out. End of the game. The gun fires. Game is over. And the final score, Washington 10, 16, 20, 37 to 10. 1969 Michigan. The 1969 Michigan over the 1960 Washington. All right. That was quite the game. So that was an excellent game. The second half really turned into the offense for Michigan. They started hitting their plays. Neither team had an overwhelming defense, but Washington could not sustain drives. They had penalties, they had fumbles, they had things go against them that caused them some issues there. All in all, this system, in my opinion, plays very well. For a purely solitaire game, where you're just kind of playing the two teams against each other, it really works well. So I know that Robert only designs this for the Pack 1 that comes with the original game, so it's the early teams for this system right now. That's what he's doing. So I've got some more of his. I'm going to play another one. Yeah, this I thought this worked really well. And Michigan just dominated them. Washington couldn't get it going. I think they tried, but couldn't do it. All right. Hey, this has been fun. I know it's been a long video, but we got the whole game done. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And as always, leave me your comments. And please give me a thumbs up for my video and like it. And we'll see you for the next one. All right, guys. See you.